What's up, guys? You are on the air and off the books with Bethann and Doug.
Yeah, B&D.
B&D, yes. Samantha's out.
She's been fired.
She'll be so happy to hear that. She's going to be like, what? Oh, man, yeah. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, we're moving along. Doug's already pulled ahead of me in Bookopoly.
I know. Nobody is more stunned than me. So, yeah.
Oh, how many points ahead? I haven't even looked.
I think just like a couple hundred. So.
Okay. So yeah. I can, try my best to... I'm supposed to be reading a debut novel because I DNF'd that last one.
Oh.
So, I lost 500 points. But I couldn't finish it. Samantha wouldn't let me switch. That's why she's fired.
No, switching's not allowed.
Well, I mean, for the display? Okay, listen. All right. Everybody's against me. People. That's right. And I'm not even winning. I'm losing. I think Trish is she ahead again then? I think so.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to who was in the lead, so.
We're just struggling.
Right.
We're all struggling for the middle.
So I have to tell you what I did, though, because I may have sort of cheated.
Oh.
But Brittany said it was okay.
Oh, okay. Well, if Brittany said it was okay.
So Brittany said it was okay. Because I had rolled doubles.
Okay.
And then I passed go.
Okay.
And I landed on news. And the news was that I was in a reading slump because I read a really bad book or something like that, which was totally true. As your listeners know, last time the book I was reading sucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say it. But
You got through
I
it?
was speed reading at the very end. But it was honestly one of those books. It was so repetitive that I could literally skip paragraphs and not miss anything.
Oh,
it
my
was
gosh.
one of those books.
You said you were way through it and the journey was still happening and
Yeah, it finally picked up on that. It actually stuff did happen, but I still just didn't care, and I hated every single one of the characters.
You lost me by that point.
Yeah. So the news was accurate, which was fun.
Yeah.
But it told me I had to go back 5 spaces. So that would have put me, I think, on New Orleans Avenue or something like that. Mm-hmm. And instead, I interpreted my rolling doubles as I should go back 10 spaces.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Brittany did say, she's like, well, I think the intention was it would double your points.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still clever. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it interesting.
And it landed, so this is the part where it maybe was cheating. Because part of the reason I was like, I want 10 spaces, because that put me on Hoover Avenue. Uh-huh. And that is read your favorite trope.
Okay.
And that allowed me to make creepy horror my new trope, my new favorite trope.
Okay.
Because my favorite trope will change depending on my mood, right?
Right.
But
that's fair.
Then I could read We Used to Live Here.
Oh, okay.
So I just started it yesterday.
Is that the one where they buy this house and it's some kind of timey-wimey stuff happens?
I'm not sure. The first page in it, before the story even starts, shows you a map of the house and of the town. Oh. And it has little notes on it. Like one of the notes says something about if you take this stairway, you're going to end up in I forget what, Afghanistan psych ward.
Oh.
Don't talk to anybody because they won't let you leave. And weird notes like this. Like this one of them said something about a underground haunted
That's creepy.
mall. Yeah. But yeah, the premise is it's a couple, they've just bought this house and they're flippers.
Yeah.
That's what they do for a living. So they bought this rundown house with the intention of flipping it. So they plan on living there for a while.
Right.
And they've just moved in and a family shows up on their door. And the father says, I used to live here. Can I show the house to my family? And every instinct she has says no.
And yet
she's a people pleaser, she says. And so she tells them no originally, but then as they're walking away, she feels bad and says, 15 minutes, sure, come on in. And that's like the first 2 chapters.
Oh, gosh.
And yeah, so, and according to the book, the book flap, the premise is they don't leave for some, I guess,
so
various reasons.
Oh, gosh. Well, obviously, if they're in, like, some Afghanistan prison stuck there, they can't leave.
Yeah.
That sounds
don't use
great.
those steps.
You know, I wonder if Samantha has read that.
Samantha's read it, and on Goodreads, she gave it a 4.5 and said, I'm paraphrasing, but basically said crazy read or something like that.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Is that a debut?
It is his first novel, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a 2024 book.
I should read it then, because I have to read a debut
I think Maine
novel.
has a copy on the shelves.
I'll have to do that then. Because I'm just finished a bunch of, like, reviews online for arcs that I've received. So I've been, like, I haven't even picked anything yet.
Oh.
So I haven't been able to, like, focus. Because I was thinking, oh, yeah, debut novel. And then I wanted to read another by Paul Tremblay, but that's not his first. So I was like, oh, no, that's not going to work. So everything I keep trying to pick, I'm like, okay, this isn't it.
Yeah. So this is, I looked a little bit on Goodreads yesterday about the author just because, seriously, reading the first 2 chapters, I'm already hooked.
Well, that's
it's like
good.
one of those books. And so was looking, and I forget where, but he evidently originally wrote this book as an online serial of some sort. So it's been picked up by Netflix also. Huh. So Netflix is going to make a series really cool. Or a show of it.
It's giving like Parasite vibes. Have you heard of that? Show or movie?
I did not watch that.
Okay. I never watched either, but it's like these people live inside, like in these weird cubbies in these people's house, and they like watch them and like are in the house, but like I don't know. It's really, I can't. It's just so creepy to me, like having somebody living in your attic or your basement. You don't know that they're there, and like so it's when you said that, I'm like, that's what it feels like.
And of course, it's set a little bit away from the town, like the nearest hospital. They tell you all this stuff from the very beginning.
Very
the nearest hospital is 2 hours away.
Oh, no.
It's surrounded by woods. It's in Oregon.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like also giving Strangers vibes. Like show up and
definitely
murder the whole family. That's great. Okay. I wonder if it's going to... It must be like... You'll have to tell... Well, if I read it, I just want to know if it's like supernatural-ish horror. Like, what is your preferred horror then? Like, when you read horror, what do you expect to get out of it?
I prefer supernatural over slasher, although I, recently read Clown in a Cornfield. We're going to bring... that's our new naturals. We're going to bring that up every podcast now. But,
yes, it's coming out with a movie, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's out already. It's in theaters last weekend, yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to drag Ethel to it, so... but it's not... So slasher normally isn't my favorite. That one was a fun read.
Yeah,
but
it's
it was
very
too
90s,
slasher.
teenage.
I really do I want that supernatural because I want that creepy. I want that nobody can explain it.
Yes.
That makes your hair on the back of your neck tingle feeling.
That's what I want too.
So.
Because I get so disappointed. I think that's my trouble with Riley Sager, is that sometimes you get supernatural, sometimes you get these weird conspiracy things that are happening, or this person is just it's all in their head mentally, and then everything that was creepily happening isn't actually happening, and I feel like it's such a disappointment because I'm I want weird monsters and
I want this could happen to me if I bought a house in Oregon and tried to flip it.
And I'm never gonna do that.
No, I'm never going to do that.
It's never gonna happen now. Oh, that is oh, could you just imagine? No, just say no every time. Just don't let people in to see their old house. Just say, sorry, we live here now, bye.
Though, I since Arnold and I moved into our house, we've done that twice. Once we actually knew the previous owners.
Oh, okay.
So they were friends of friends kind of thing. So we knew them, so when she contacted and said, can I come see the house, we said yes. But one time it was just a Sunday afternoon and this car was stopped in front of our house and they're staring at it, and I'm like, what's going on? So I went out to talk to them, and it was an older gentleman in the back seat, and he said, my family built that house. I moved in when I was 5. And I knew that to be true, or who built it and stuff. So yeah, they came in and
you better go look through your crawl space now though, and I was gonna be what are you doing? I'm just checking. Yeah. I'm just checking. We're just looking. Oh, man, no thank you. No. Oof, that's so great. It's fantastic. So, yeah, that's a pretty good read then. Hopefully it's like a 5-star for you.
4 out of... So, is that good or bad for Samantha? 4 out of 4.5?
That's really good. We do... Well, I always do out of 5. She usually does out of 10. But 4.5 is pretty great. But I don't know, we tend to rate things really, really high. Or at least I do. And then, like, we have, like, Trisha, which she's going to listen to this. She rates everything like a 2, 3. And, like, a 3 for her is pretty good.
Yeah.
But, like, a 3 for me is, like, like, it was okay. Like...
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have learned doing this that everybody's, like, rating, even though, like, we're all rating something out of 5, it doesn't mean that that's the same thing. Because, like, a 4 for me is like, oh, that was pretty good. Like, everything is almost a 4 or 5 for me, which is not very telling of what I really think, I guess, about the book.
Oh, yeah. Which is what the risk you run when you're too nice all the time.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because I, like, just genuinely enjoy most things. I am only really, like, either I rate it, like, a 1 or a 2, or it's a 4 or a 5. Rarely things are 3s.
Oh, now see, almost, I rate 3 a lot. 3's a normal for me.
Like a comfortable
3
place.
means I didn't hate it. It wasn't the best one,
yeah.
but I'm glad I read it.
Yeah, like Lori Hugley, everything is a 3. So when I see her rate things like 4 or 5, I'm like, that book was amazing, and I have to read it right now. Because if she loved it, it is probably the best book that you're going to read all year.
Although Lori Hugley and I think we've only ever agreed on one book, and that was The House in the Cerulean Sea.
Oh.
We both loved that book.
She reads a lot of thriller, like domestic thrillers.
Yeah, she does.
I'm not a big fan of those.
Again,
That's what
see,
Trisha
that goes
likes.
back to the hack and slash, and I want creepy.
Well, I don't like the family drama.
Oh.
Do you like
too much of that in real life? Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. It's just like dad's mad at mom and he's pushing mom down the stairs, or the girlfriend is like, coming over and he's weird and he's like some surgeon trying to like harvest her for parts, and like, I don't know. It's kind of like the same kind of tones over and over and over again.
Right.
So it's like the romance novels. What are they? Harlequin romance, but
formulaic. Yeah,
formulaic. Which, if you like that, go for it. I want monsters, so stuff like that. So
me too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I appreciate humor.
Yeah.
Usually, so I mean, if it's a book that's not meant for humor, I'm okay that it's not in there, but. Yeah, the thrillers that she reads, they don't have humor.
No, they're really serious. They're kind of serious, or like more like straight toned.
Although, now I just thought I have another one. Razorblade Tears, read it. Fantastic.
Yeah,
but that one's another one that she actually recommended to me that I liked.
And that's the one where their sons have been
murdered, and
they're teaming up to figure out who did it, and they're like coming together and learning about their differences. And
so it's a lot of violence, and it's got some bad domestic situations and stuff, but it's also it's very funny in spots.
That's what really, when you guys were talking about it, when you said it was all so funny after all of those things, I was like, then that's probably something I really, really like. I really want to read it. But it just gets piled onto the list. But
sure.
Was it on Howard Kenny Reads list last year?
Yes.
You guys should pick it up. Definitely read it. It's a good one. And our list is finished for this year and coming out in September, actually. No, August.
August, usually.
August 15th, I think, is when the display goes up. If I'm not mistaken, because I think I'm putting up that display.
Okay.
So you guys will have to be on the lookout for that top 15. So that's going to be coming up really soon, actually.
Big secret on what the books are, though. But
yes, you can't know that yet. Sorry.
If you follow my Goodreads, chances are I'm reading something on the list.
Then maybe you could see. Yeah. Maybe you can see like what we've all read and been through, because I've got a lot of those on my list as well. So, pro tip, find us on Goodreads, and then maybe you can have some insider information. So that's coming up, and also you guys have to know about summer reading program. That's coming up Friday, June 6th, and that's during the Strawberry Festival, from 11 to 7:30, I think. 11 to 7.
11 to 7, I believe, or while supplies last.
Yes. So it's going to be hopping. Come in, sign up for your reading. We give you all kinds of reading material. You'll never run out. Like, we already gave you how many books now? And shows to watch. So you have
and
to
experience kits. I have a pressure washer
on
hold.
Yeah.
So.
My friend just checked that out, and she was so excited. She was like, this was going to cost us so much money. We got it for free. And I'm like, you're welcome.
Yep.
Yep, you're welcome. So there's all kinds of stuff for you guys to check out. Not just Bookopoly updates. Even though I'm losing.
She's not losing. She's in second to last place. Jessie, I believe Jessie is still losing.
Oh, no! That's even worse news. Oh, man. Okay. Well, maybe Samantha will fall behind because she's on leave.
Yes.
She won't.
I know.
But
No.
one can only wish and dream and hope. For some reason, I thought that this would be like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this isn't going to be like crazy, like challenging. It is challenging. Well, for me, it's challenging.
So I almost never DNF a book.
You always power through?
I usually power through. But there are times where I have, and that's part of it because that book I was reading, Bones of the Dragon, I mean, I would have DNF'd it in the first 50 pages.
Yeah, but because of the 500 points.
Right, you lose 500 points, and I absolutely could
You
not.
can
So that's the struggle for me with Bookopoly is those books I don't want to read, but I have to.
You have to get through them. That's why I switched, because I was reading March, the graphic novels, and they were so heavy, and it was just so, like, and it's stuff that you should know, and they're great. But I was so, like, sad. Like, it was just such a, I don't know how to explain it. I just wanted to laugh, I guess. I just wanted to, like, or be scared, or, like, but not in a, like, real world kind of way. So I was like, can I just switch the display? And she was just like, no, because then you could just wait around for whatever display that you want and then read whatever you want. I was like, that's the point, Samantha. Because I just want to read whatever I want. Because we have, like, book talk displays up right now and, like, food book, like, cookbook displays up right now. And I'm like, what perfect way to...
There's a great graphic novel and manga display up right now, too.
Exactly. So, see, you got displays you can come in and pick things up. But I'm not allowed to... You're not allowed, if you have the prompt, to switch displays. So you have to pick. But that was the only thing that was up, really. Otherwise, it was all nonfiction displays at the time.
Well, and March is nonfiction, so technically that's why, yeah.
You know, God bless everyone who loves nonfiction, but I have yet to find things that I really, really stick with. I think I'm just not smart enough for nonfiction.
Well, it's... Yeah.
He's like,
I don't,
yeah, probably.
I didn't say yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I was thinking, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
No, I get it. I don't know, it just takes a... Like, Justin was talking today, he was like, yeah, I read, like, one nonfiction book and one fiction book at the same time, like, while I'm, like, on my reading. I'm like, what do you want to read about, though? Like, what book do you want to go and you want to say, I want to learn about this topic, and I want to read 800 pages of that? Yeah,
anymore, I don't. I mean, I used to think like he did, and I used to read a lot more nonfiction, but
I feel like I'd be a better
other
person.
than a leadership-related book, I don't know the last time I've read a nonfiction book other than memoirs. And I mean, even there, I'll only read memoirs if they're a graphic novel.
Oh yeah, well that still counts.
Because I like memoirs in graphic novel form.
I agree with that. I also like that too, but the visual helps.
Yeah, well,
because it's more immersive,
mm-hmm.
you know. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'd be a better person if I could just grab onto some I think the last nonfiction book I read was about dead people, and which is just interesting.
Wasn't the cat ate? Will the cat eat your face?
Yeah.
Was it or whatever that was?
Will the cat eat my eyeballs or something like that?
Yeah.
And it's like a question and answer book from a mortician or something. And so I find myself picking up books like that.
That was fun.
It was fun. But also, like, out of all the nonfiction I can pick, It's always got to be about stuff like that. I think I picked up one online. It's an arc, and it's about a girl who is in. Oh no, I can't remember. But it talks about her life overseas and her getting out of abusive situations and war and stuff like that. And I thought that would be kind of interesting because I haven't read anything quite like that. So I am trying. So I'll tell you how it goes. It's not out yet, so you can't get it, so I can't tell you. I'm sorry. Oh. But when it comes out, we should have it.
Do you like historical fiction?
I do.
Okay.
And I don't know why, like, there's a disconnect. Maybe it's just enough that it's not... Or maybe it's like the narrative is digestible with the information is kind of real.
Right. Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's telling a story versus telling facts, I guess.
Right. Exactly.
Or just facts.
Yeah, like a textbook. School. No thanks. I can't do it. But, yeah, so.
There are prompts that you have to read in nonfiction, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that anybody's hit that yet.
Okay.
Honestly, there are a lot of things that people keep skipping and getting a lot of doubles of.
Yeah.
And there are some that nobody's touched, which I think is very interesting as well. Because we have so many more things. Like, I think Trisha said that she was on, like, the butterfly garden thing again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been on that, like, 6 or 7 times. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how she's skipping huge chunks of... She's just rolling the same stuff over and over again. She's cheating. That's it. We figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. Trisha's cheating. You know who you are. So just cut those points in half. Do us all a favor.
There you go. Samantha, congratulations.
Yeah, you're winning. You're actually winning.
Although, honestly, Samantha, she's a cheater too at heart. You know she is.
All the winners are cheaters.
That's right. That's
because they don't play fair. That's why they win.
That's valid.
So we're the real people here.
We're the real winners.
Yeah, exactly. Coming to you with real hearts, open minds, playing by the rules, while these people just zoom ahead with their 8,000 points, close to 8,000 points. Man, see, this is why we're changing everything up in June.
I was going to ask about that. So we haven't changed anything yet.
No, not yet.
Wait until June.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be... I think people are going to be pretty mad. Like, honestly. I'm worried that some people are going to be like, I'm not doing this, and they're going to quit. And I'm going to have to beg everyone not to quit.
That's not an option.
It's not an option. You committed. But Brittany helped us make up all these prompts and these different challenge cards and stuff like that. And Brittany's a savage, if you don't know her.
Have we shown a picture of the board yet? Anywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's on Facebook. We can have... I can get Kaylee to post it again with one of our episodes as well.
Because, again, Ethel came up with me when I rolled the other day on Sunday, and she loved the board. She was, like, fascinated.
It's pretty cool. Brittany did a great job.
Brittany knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, she's an artiste. And she also does our teen art group on Thursday nights, actually, too. So if you have a teen who likes art, she's always here, so come by and hang out. But she did a great job. But she also is out for blood for June with all these different prompts. I think there's one that's like switch points with the lowest points on the board or something like that is one of the challenge cards. And then there's another one. It's going to be so bad.
Oh, God. If Samantha lands on that.
Oh, my gosh. She's going to have a panic attack. But she also helped us come up with these, so she's in agreement with them. And I'm the one who's witness to them and wrote them up and made them. So, like, I can't, like, be mad either because, like, it affects me, too. I think there's another one on there that's, like, we upped all the points for all of the spaces as well. So people had more points for different prompts. And I think there's one on there that's, like, we did, like, over 400 pages, but there's one that's bigger than that. Even. Wow. Which really sucks, especially for me if I ever land on something like that. It's just never gonna get done. And then there's one where you have to like take a percentage of your points and divide it up between everybody. That's another one that we have to do. It's really
Do you lose those points?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we're hoping to level the field again so that it remotivates.
My luck is I'm going to get those.
It's going to unintentionally affect all of us little folk down at the bottom of the board. Oh, it'll either be great or it'll backfire bad.
Oh, it's going to ruin my relationship with Kaylee. We will not be friends after this, I'm sure.
See, this wasn't the intention, but it makes for good media. Right?
Yeah.
So we could have a tabloid, honestly. If you guys could see inside the group chat, it's hilarious. So.
Where's Brittany at in the points?
I thought she was I thought I was third last, but she might be above me now.
Okay, she must be, because I didn't pass her. I just passed you. Really not rubbing it in.
I really gotta get on the ball. I'm gonna pick my book today. I'm just gonna pick up that book. Maybe it's on Hoopla or something. I can check it out now. We used to live here, right?
We used to live here.
Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna be my book then. Well, guys, you heard it here. It's great. If you haven't tried a jar of prompts for reading to challenge you, we recommend. It's definitely motivating. It's definitely fun. And if you can do it with a bunch of friends, it's even better. So
Yes, it is.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for being on the podcast with me so I wasn't by myself.
Sure.
And,
do you wanna mention Thornhedge?
Oh God. You didn't even like it.
So remember what I said earlier about a 3 is
no,
normal
you
for
didn't
me?
even like it.
I marked it a 3.
I marked it a 3 and I was so offended. I was looking through Goodreads and I was like, no, a 3. I thought you would love it. And it was too short for you, right? That's why it's a 3?
Mostly, yes, because I feel like it sort of ended abruptly. It was just like,
Really?
It was just sort of like, oop, there, it's over, it's done now.
Huh.
And even, I don't want to say it was stupid, but the way it ended was sort of, it felt anticlimactic.
Oh my God.
Okay, but here's the thing. I love her
I'm
books.
heartbroken.
Kingfisher, which you turned me on to her books.
She's really diverse.
I love them because I love her characters. She writes very odd stories.
Yes.
With very odd yet somehow relatable characters.
Yes.
So that's what I love about her. And so I picked up this, and the story is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, but if Sleeping Beauty was the villain.
Yes. And the fairy godmother was sort of an unfortunate victim.
Yes. Yeah, actually you're right.
And the characters were okay. Mm-hmm. Fairy godmother, but Sleeping Beauty, you don't really get to know her character.
No.
And then
which I was really happy about because she was kind of.
There are some surprises that were really fun. I mean, she is the villain in this.
Yeah.
And
some of that stuff was like, ooh.
that she does is just like, oh wow, they went there, okay,
yeah.
And out of the blue.
Yeah.
So it is a good read. It was by no means my favorite. I liked it. It was a fun retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but I felt like she didn't build the characters in the same way she has in other series, and it was too short and a little anticlimactic for me.
That's fair. It is a novella, so there's not much room to be able to.
And I didn't realize it was a novella going into it, so I didn't expect it to be that short either.
Gotcha.
So, because I listened to it, I didn't read it.
That is my favorite book that she's written.
Okay, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it was just so unique, the perspective of it, because like we get a lot lately of all of these different like fairy tale retellings. It's like a thing right now. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing that approached it quite in the way that she did, as far as like how dark and grim and how like the main character, like it was somebody that we've never seen before really, got to expound on before really, as far as this storyline is concerned. And she was just so endearing and so vulnerable and so sweet.
And that I'll agree with. And I love the aspect that she spends half the book as a toad.
Yes.
Literally a toad.
Yeah.
But what's even better than that is she is a very vulnerable character, but she's clearly, she looks like a toad. She's able to turn into a toad.
Yep.
She has kind of, I think they describe her as greenish, bluish skin at one point. And they describe her as lovely.
Yeah.
And I can picture that so well in my mind.
Even though she's this weird little creature.
Yes.
And you just feel that in, like, the relationship that she forms with the person that comes along. The prince, I guess you could say. I think it was just... I thought it was just enough to let you, like, kind of see, like, a glimpse into, like, what would happen next. But I just... And then it's all of that lovely fairy tale light and airy, and then there's this crazy dark horror aspect to it with Sleeping Beauty.
Yes.
Which I didn't anticipate, and I loved the shock of that.
And the whole Fae Kingdom, which I love. I love stories where the Fae are like, you know, oh my gosh, don't mess with them.
Because I think that's how like certain folklore and stuff like that in Ireland and different places like that actually view Fae. They're not good people. They're evil little tricksters.
Yeah, they're not token elves.
No, exactly. Or they're not like Sarah J. Maas and her 5-6 foot 80 pack winged men. They come in and sweep these humans off their feet. Like, it's not the same thing. It was just so refreshing. I think that's why I liked it so much. Mm-hmm. But she's actually coming out with another retelling of Snow White. I think it's Hemlock and Silver coming out this year.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about that. That's not a novella. So that one will be different. And then she's got 4 other books, I think, coming out soon. And some of them sound fantastic. She's got a horror coming out. Another novella that's kind of like a horror / like fairy tale retelling. I think it's called Snake Eater. And then there's Wolfworm, and it's about this woman who goes in to this man who collects all these bugs, which I'm not a big fan of bugs. I really hate bugs really bad. But he, like, develops this, like, maggot that, like, infiltrates people or something like that. Oh. Dude, it sounds crazy, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it, because I'm like, that sounds like my kind of horror. So she's, like, busting out books left and right. But that's the thing, like, she's versatile. She writes romantasy, and she writes these fairy tale retellings, and she writes horror, and she writes all kinds of...
And what I love about her, like I said, with her characterization, because she has an eye for people.
Yeah.
That
she's
unexpected, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, Caliban is my favorite character out of everybody. He's wonderful.
Yeah. Caliban, he's dreamy.
He is, yeah. That helps.
Yeah.
That absolutely helps. That was a big deciding factor, but like the fact that he was so unique and so vulnerable as well as a character, that was also really refreshing. So that is The Clockwork Boys, I think, by T. Kingfisher. So if you want to read that duology, that's an easy read, and it's also a good one.
And it gets mentioned in the Paladin series, but I haven't finished that yet, so I don't think he makes an appearance.
No, it's way, way in the future.
Okay.
So I think they've passed by then. But it's the same world with all the same artifacts and things like that. And I usually don't like that, but I don't think she does it bad.
Oh, I loved it. I love the 2 that I've read. I loved.
So good. But yeah, we talked about it. You let me down. It's fine. How could you?
Kingfisher let me down.
Yeah, okay, fair. All right, T. Kingfisher. That is actually her, is it her pen name? Ursula Vernon is who she, is her real name, and who she writes all her children's books under, which is, Dragon Breath, I think, is one of the ones that she does. The little dragon who goes and fights, and the little hamster princess. Do you know those books?
No.
She illustrates all those herself and writes the stories, and they're great. Oh. So if you have any kids, you want to read those too?
Yeah, see, we're past the juvenile fiction and
into other
stuff.
Things.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Yeah.
I like them.
Ethel's reading a romance.
Ugh. Good for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. We will see you in not the next week, but the next week. So hopefully you can join us again, and then we'll have some more updates for you, and I will have moved on.
She really won't. She won't.
Make your bets now. Make your bets now. So, yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.